All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of My Messy Middle. I think I'm gonna have to keep this pretty quick because I am at an airport lounge. I just got inside of one of their little meeting rooms, so I should be good for a little bit. But before I started recording today, I went on live to get some inspiration about what I wanted to talk about today. And part of being in the messy middle does require you to look at why you want to make a pivot. And it's not that you need confirmation, it's not that you need permission to do something different, but in order to not continue repeating doing things you don't want to do, you have to first understand why you don't want to continue doing the same things in the first place. And so when I'm kind of looking at where I am, what I've done for the past 10 years, where I want to go, I'm like, if you've been successful at business coaching for the past 10 plus years, being in the branding space, and I still actually do enjoy many aspects of it, I'm like, what is it that I don't like about what I'm doing in terms of helping people, build their six-figure business or launch or be successful? What I know to be true is that I do love helping women make money with their gifts. I love encouraging women. I love helping them see that they are valuable, helping them recognize it, helping them be able to articulate what that value is, and then being able to get clients and then get those people to pay them. That is what I'm great at, and it's what I truly enjoy doing. I think it's because innately I like to see women see the value in themselves, and then in the marketplace, I like for people to see the value in what they bring to their industry. What I have found challenging over the last couple of years is it almost feels like gaslighting when I tell clients, just post content. You want to position yourself, you want to get clients, you want to grow your following, just post yourself. And when I think about how I grew my audience, a large part of my audience growth happened between 2015 to 2020, 2021. So of course, it's been steady, right? But when I think about the timeline of my growth, started out with blogging. Blogging was really popular back then, being organic. You would write a blog post, people would subscribe to your blog, or you would send an email out to your list to let them know that you wrote a blog post. They would get the email before they were probably on a bunch of different newsletters. They would leave a comment on the blog, and you would build community in the blog comments with other people. And other bloggers would comment on other bloggers' pages. So just the community of blogging was just so great. And so again, as somebody who loves community, that was a big fulfilling part of what I did. That was something that brought a lot of enjoyment for me. Also building community, even when Instagram came out, it was really when it was just a photo sharing app. You would share a photo and people would leave comments. You would post on Facebook and people would leave comments. Honestly, social media was actually for connecting with people on social media. And now things have just shifted so much. And when I think about just new words, new phrases, new languaging that wasn't said in the past, it's those little tweaks and those little nuances that has made being an online entrepreneur a little bit more challenging or a little bit less exciting and enjoyable. Like the term engagement was not a term that we even used 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago. You would just comment on other people's stuff. You would connect with other people because that was the expectation. Nobody was posting for engagement. People were posting to connect. And so we're losing that real life connection with people because we're trying to reach vanity numbers, and it's just making it so much less authentic. It's making it so much more inauthentic. And that's one of the parts that I just don't love about this space anymore. Another word that we didn't say years ago that everybody is saying now is the algorithm, because again, back then content was just in chronological order, and we didn't even call it content. It was like, oh, did you post on Instagram? What was your post about? Did you have a blog post? Did you post something on YouTube? Did you go live? It was just, oh, did you do the thing based on the platform? Now it's content. And I'm not mad at the idea of content, right? I think content is simply just your voice and your message package, and you decide what platform you want it to go on. I'm not mad about content because content is the way we should be able to connect. Everything is content. When I get on the phone with my sister, it's content, even if it's private content, just between me and her. Content is just your message and your voice package. But now content being tied to an algorithm, we are creating content hoping that it's going to be seen. We are creating content trying to hit a specific metric and less focused on creating content simply for creating connection. And that's what makes it, unenjoyable for me. When I'm working with my clients and I'm helping them with their messaging, how do you want to be seen in the marketplace? How do we want to position you? What's your positioning strategy? What's your offer? All of these things. The first place we got to really start is who's going to buy this and how are you going to get in front of these people? And if social media is one of the top ways that people are building their audience now, but social media is also so unpredictable, it makes it challenging to enjoy being a coach in this arena. Like, I know I'm good at positioning. It's not a doubt in myself. It's not, does Maya have imposter syndrome? Is she a good business coach? I understand business, right? Business is just simply math. You need to get in front of an audience. You need to generate leads. You need to convert a percentage of those leads at the right price point to hit your goals, right? I can do that in my sleep over and over. But when I'm working with the majority of my clients being at that phase one activate phase of, I have not built an audience yet, and I'm kind of starting from less than 1,000 followers. I'm starting from less than 1,000 people on my email list. The growth to build a following is so much longer than what it was 7 years ago, right? If you were a client of mine 7, 8 years ago, maybe even 6 years ago, we could build out a 90-day plan for you to grow your email list, for you to grow your following simply by being valuable, putting content together, and posting, right? Because I had faith that it would reach the right people. Now, it's like you could post every single day, but if you're not playing the game right, it's just not predictable. And I don't like playing games that don't have a level of predictability when you're willing to do the work. I always say that I don't mind working hard, but I mind overworking when I have no idea what the ROI is going to be. It's like, can you imagine going to the gym every single day? Your trainer is telling you, I want you to go to the gym. I want you to do 25 minutes of cardio. I want you to do 30 minutes of weightlifting. I want you to stretch 10 minutes before and 10 minutes after. And you're doing it, but dependent on the algorithm of the gym, you go there and sometimes the cardio machine is going to be broken. Or if you use the wrong cardio machine, you're not going to burn as many calories. Or you go to lift the weights and it's too heavy, or it's not heavy enough for you to get the results that you want. It's just unpredictable. And so I don't like to be the type of person that complains. I like to be the type of person that talks about solutions, but I just know that it's something that's frustrating. It's frustrating for me. It's frustrating for my clients. It's frustrating for my peers. It's frustrating for other creators. You're spending so much of your energy to produce a piece of content. And again, I'm not mad at the game. It's not a game I want to really be involved in that much anymore, which is why I'm like, one, what do I want to do? And two, let me figure it out on YouTube. But I say all that to say that it makes it really challenging to want to coach in this arena because I don't want to have to put my clients in that game. And it makes it challenging to also coach when there's a higher level of frustration I see my clients dealing with than when I would work with clients in the past. And I can deal with the level of frustration, right? Like, business is going to be hard, but just knowing that they are going to run into that inevitably, and I don't know what to tell them. Okay, well, maybe try posting this way, maybe try posting that way. When before I could be like, girl, here's 10 pieces of content, at least 5 of these are going to hit because you've built the audience and your audience will see it. Now we have very little control. So it's just a little bit frustrating. It's not even social media anymore. It's entertainment media. Like social media in the past was to be social. Now it is mainly strictly for entertainment. You're entertained by people that you have no intention on building a relationship with. Their usefulness is based on their ability to entertain you, not to actually build a relationship with. You're not following them to really actually connect with them. You're not following them to potentially even buy something from them. You are following them to be entertained by them. Even when I'm scrolling on social media, I remember maybe 3 weeks ago, I was scrolling on social media and the one scroll that stopped me was like, do you remember the last reel that you just scrolled by? And I'm like, dang, I don't even remember. And it's like, imagine spending all of this energy on content for people who are just going to do this all day anyway. And even if they stop and they liked it and they enjoyed it, they're not going to remember it because they're just in a sea of other ways to be entertained. And when I think just about really the direction of where things are going, the new Sora or Sora 2 app just came out, which is basically a social media feed of just strictly AI. You can create a twin of your AI and then you'll type in what you want it to do. So you'll say like, hey, create a video of me making a YouTube video at the airport, create a video of me singing on stage, whatever it is, it's all AI and it's going to do what you tell it to do. And it's just a feed of different AI. Honestly, I just think that's dangerous. I think we're getting so far removed from reality and connection and truth. And I think we see it just even in our political system. We're so far gone from truth. So far gone from truth in our political system. And we're laughable at this point. Our system is just entertainment. We're a joke. And that's kind of where I think things are going, where we would actually see authority figures on social media. We could admire people on social media. It's now becoming more challenging. Why would they sit and have this conversation right outside the door? Anyhow, I think it's just becoming so dangerous. We're going further away from truth. There's a lot of people who can't differentiate between reality and artificial things, artificial intelligence, and it's just a dangerous game. It's making us even more disconnected from who we are as people. This is why people just struggle so much with identity, right? I think it's normal to evolve as a person and say, okay, who do I want to be, right? I think like the messy middle is actually very normal. I think it's common, especially at milestone ages, especially in different parts of your career. But to struggle with the depth of your identity of like, I don't even know what value I bring. I don't even know what makes me worthy as a person. I don't even just to have so much confusion because you see so much fakeness out there. There's so much noise out there. Well, this is what a woman is and what a woman isn't and what a man should do and what a man shouldn't do. And this is all of this noise. We just don't have there's no clear source of truth anymore. And this is not me trying to push religion onto anyone. So I know for me as a believer, I try to do my best for my source of truth to be the Bible and to be the word. And even as a believer, I mess up and I sin. But even if you're not a believer, it's like, well, what is your source of truth? We just, as a nation, we're just not operating with a source of truth anymore. And it's just really scary. There's just a lot of confused people. There's a lot of wavering. There's a lot of going back and forth. And it actually kind of makes me pretty sad. We just don't have a clear standard. What's the standard? Do we have any moral stand ground, right? Because I don't even think that it's like, you ain't even got to be religious just to have some ethical standards and some moral standards. There's people who don't even claim a religion who have more moral standing than people who, claim to a religion. What's our source of truth out here, y'all? So I don't know. This is just a long rant today about social media, engagement, algorithm, artificial intelligence, social media now being entertainment media. simply being valuable is not enough. You got to be valuable and entertaining, but the entertainment has to be defined by whatever is interesting to the algorithm. And what's interesting to the algorithm is going to be what's interesting to the ADHD brain, because actually all of this scrolling is meant to give us shorter attention spans. So all of this ADHD diagnosis, it's not a late diagnosis, meaning you've always had it. It's late in terms of a lot of people are being diagnosed with it because the system has created things for our brains to have shorter attention spans. Like when you look at the cartoons that we watched as kids versus the cartoons and the games and stuff that our nieces and nephews and kids play today, it's different. The cartoons and stuff that we watched, it wasn't so flashy. It wasn't so fast paced moving and all of that. We had attention spans, y'all. So just the things that we're watching, the foods that we're eating, for technology to be evolving so quickly, it's so unfortunate that the more that technology advances in the States, the more we devolve as people. And I just think it's incredibly unfortunate. So we're privileged to have access to technology. I'm privileged to be able to have Wi-Fi. I'm privileged to be able to have access to YouTube. I'm privileged to be able to have a mic, to be able to have a voice, to be able to have my laptop, a camera, all of those things. It's just unfortunate that technology is evolving and we as people are devolving. We're just going backwards, and I just want to see us do better. So I don't know, today's video was maybe a little bit depressing. It's the announcements for me. So I don't know, that was today's video. I don't know if it was encouraging, insightful, depressing, but I do hope that it's more insightful than depressing, right? I don't share this video because I want us to feel demotivated when it comes to technology and AI and social media. I guess it's more so I want to encourage us to leverage it for the right things and find other things to do with our time. What are other hobbies that we want to do that have nothing to do with AI, nothing to do with social media, or aren't so fully reliant on it? So that's all I have for today. Between the music in here and the announcements and being in front of a big glass where people are walking by, I don't have any more patience that I desire to exercise. So I will see y'all when I'm officially back in Atlanta, and I'm going to be consistent. And thank y'all for hanging out again today. Take care.